So when we think about art, literature, technology and culture, that's when everything ties up to architecture. So architecture, you've all heard, it's not just about the buildings, construction and real estate. We also are very people's person. We deal with a lot of people, with their communities, the culture and their beliefs, and that is how we build things for them. It is not just limited to colors and materials. As you can see here, I indeed get to know that there's a lot of models and buildings, but the shaping to this product is actually belonging from understanding of how we talk to people. And we also have to learn a lot about people's lifestyles, communities, daily activities, and the culture to get a right fit for their design, whatever they're looking for. So there's nothing called as right architecture or wrong architecture. You all have different diverse understanding of architecture depending on who you're working for and which part of the world you're working with. So let us now see the further things what you can do in your architecture course, which will make you an amazing architect and get a promising career for you. So here's where everything starts from. Firstly, you will all be introduced to basic forms and basic shapes, what you can do with the artistic understanding of these. We'll start off with understanding all these principles of design and principles of art, which will open up your imagination to utmost creativity, where you'll be starting to create colorful things, more beautiful things. And not just learning about how buildings work, how structures work and how spaces. Indeed, we will be given that understanding. We also are trained with a very good amount of artistic knowledge about how to use colors and right shapes and right proportions in the right scales. So these understandings will help us to make our users feel much better in the space. And also learning a lot about the communities and the culture of the people, trying to know people across the world, how have they lived, what are their histories going to be speaking about. Understanding these communities give us a profound understanding what the best we can design for them. Also trying to understand the different scales and proportions of different artworks and trying to use colors to brighten up your spaces and give you a very good experience and not just a building to live in. Then we'll move on to understanding about what space actually means. So we are not just restricted to cubicle forms, we'll also try to learn about something very parametric in a very fluidic manner, something very spiral, inspiring from nature, what we can give it back. And trying to understand different finishes and different materials in our further semesters, where it gives a perfect understanding of what an actual space means like. It's very impossible to learn without knowing what our mentors have done, what the legends in the industry have created in all of our lives. So we also learn about great architects and their works, the philosophy of how they have worked, how they have achieved the great things by building communities and building great legacies for the culture as well. So we get a great understanding of the architecture by learning from our historians and the great architects in the history. And what after you learn about your art and space, it's time for the application. We will slowly start off with our semester projects and try to design smaller spaces like this, where we are combining all the patterns and shapes and elements to constructively sit together in one of the space. We try to have a good communication between all the materials, all the colors and textures, which can be very well balanced and give a comfortable and very good space for the people to live in. So here are the works of the great architects. We'll be introduced to the great buildings across the world and we are supposed to learn about them. The terminology for that is case studies. We do a lot of case studies to understand how they have been built and how they have achieved such beautiful legacy in around the world. So after you're done learning with so many different things in architecture, you will finally be at your final step to get out of your degree and get into the world of working. So when it comes to working in architecture, you will have to be very prepared with your skill set. You will have to be very sure on which area you are completely specialized in. For example, over the course of architecture, you will have understood that you're great at modeling softwares
and you will be paying very highly paid in terms of your 3D modeling skills, which are very much required in this future computation industry with the collaboration of artificial intelligence as well. Sometimes you might also think you're very good at design ideation. Then you will also get a lot of good career opportunities, not only in the architecture firm, but also in different kinds of design firms like furniture design firm, product design. Design management is also another step of career for you. So summing up very shortly, you will be opening a lot more branches for your career once you have an architecture degree for yourself. Now you must be wondering, how does this journey starts from? This exactly starts from after you're finishing your 12th, you have to enter the gates of architecture, that is NATA exam, National Aptitude Test for Architecture students. NATA helps you to get admissions in very profound institutions of the country. With a very good score, you can go for a very good college, which can give you a very good training to be a very good architect and experiment your skills in different industries as well to get highly paid in your careers and to race across the globe, not just in India itself.